If you fear that your speech is dull and lifeless, then this video is going to offer 3 very actionable tips that you can use to speak with more energy, enthusiasm, and just that spark of excitement that engages people and has an impact. The first is pitch.
If I speak to you like this and barely allow the pitch to move, it's known as monotonous. It means everything is on one tone, and after a while it can get incredibly boring to listen to, as opposed to my voice, which is usually much more dynamic.
Boring, right? Eventually you're going to switch off. So being able to vary your pitch and not be monotone is going to get people to want to stay and listen. The reason is humans love variety. We don't like hearing just this repetition, and this rhythm can send us to sleep. So what we want to do is be able to work more up and down our scale. However, if we don't believe we have a range, then we might just feel safer and more comfortable staying in the same one. So what we're going to do, there's a thing called Sirening, which is essentially saying the ing, but we're going to say it on an R. And this way we're going to play around just to explore and see how we feel about raising our pitch and lowering our pitch. So you just go as low as you can, like this. It doesn't matter if your range is broader than mine or narrower than mine. It really doesn't matter. What you're trying to do is just get yourself to play with and practice and discover that you can hit more than one note, and you don't have to speak at the same note the entire time like this. If you did this simple exercise 3 times a day for maybe a couple of weeks, you will soon discover that you'll not only expand that range a little bit, but you'll also feel more comfortable speaking in a variety of pitches through the day. But without unlocking it, without understanding it, without experiencing it, you're going to still feel uncomfortable and not attempt it. So try this for yourself. And you can do it with all the vowels. Ah, ooh, ooh. Fun, right? Good. Let's get on with the next one. What have we got? Next is pace. If I spoke in the same rhythm all the time, it would get a bit boring after a while, even if I'm not just staccato like that. But if I was to say, if I spoke at the same rhythm all the time, now I'm being monotonous, but I could even go up and down and go a bit lower without that. But if the pace is just the same, then eventually that's going to start getting boring. And again, humans like variety. So you can also change up the pace. How can we do that? This is where the pause can come in useful, because it's not necessarily what you say. It's the space you leave for the words you say to land. This can happen at the end of a sentence or statement, or it can happen in the middle of a statement or sentence. Your pace can help tell your audience what matters. If something is exciting, perhaps the pace increases. Or if it's important or poignant or even serious, it might slow down. If something needs consideration, give us time to consider it. Give yourself time to speak it and actually think the words before you say them. Taking your time and changing up your pace gives you that space, and others, the chance to absorb what you said. Lastly, emphasis. Now, you could say that you can change your pitch for emphasis, or that you can change your pace for emphasis, but think about what you're highlighting and how you want the words to land themselves. And this is perhaps just another way of thinking about it, but if every word you say is equally important, none become more important. So if you have very clear points you want to hit in your presentation or speech or joke or whatever you're speaking for, finding which of the words or parts of the sentence need to land in order to set the message and the tone of what you're sharing will offer you more variety and be more engaging. Try this with me. I didn't say he stole it. 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 Same words, different emphasis, different meaning.
And this is where your performance starts becoming more than just sound. It starts communicating your thoughts, your opinions, and guiding the listener where you want them to go. So if your performance feels flat, don't just jump ahead and put more energy in. Start playing. Pitch. Rhythm. Emphasis. Expanding your vocal dynamics creates not just clarity, but engagement and impact. There are some things that are more important than how you speak. And being as the world listens to so many podcasts, consumes so much content, and is involved with seeing people in the media all of the time, we recognize when someone is being authentic or not. So if you don't want to come across as weak or disingenuous when you speak, this video here is going to help you solve that.